Hello, hi, it's Liz here, back today with one of the favourite journals at the moment, the Nature Journal. So we'll just take our lollipop stick closure off and put it over here in a safe place. And so this is a traveller's notebook style journal with the signatures held by an elastic, so the pages can come in and out. And we'll just do a quick flip through, and while we're flipping through we'll count the pages, because one of my lovely subscribers, Tracy at Sight Word Movies on YouTube, has asked how many pages there were. So instead of me talking through about what's on each page, we'll just count them as we go. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So obviously there's 14 double, so the 14 there plus the 14 matching ones on this side make one signature of 28 individual pages, but 14 double sheets. I hope that makes sense. So there's another 14 matching pieces on this side. They're just a rare old mixture of book pages, magazine pages, scrapbook paper. Right, let's count the second one. I'm hoping it's kind of the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yep, exactly the same. So 14 to the middle, which makes 28 pages, because there'll be 14 matching pages on the other side of them. That was the last one we done, the owls. These are just lovely. I do like the owl pages, it's very eye-catching. And a little belly band on the back page there. And then we've got our little extra bird one, little concertina bird one at the back. Okay, so today I am going to be on, I think, this page. And I'm choosing these pages here because I want to use this watercolory mixed media paper to draw on and paint on. So that'll be exciting today. And then we'll put a pocket on this page with some information, and you'll be wanting to know what the subject is. So today's subject is thistles. Now, for completeness and to do this exactly right, these are not true bred thistles. I was walking through the park and I took this photograph of a bush and I thought, oh, thistles, oh, I need to put them in my nature journal. And I got home, and when I looked it up and I was hunting through my nature books and flower books and whatnot, plant books that I buy second hand, and I came across this in a book, an illustration of what I thought were thistles, and it turns out that these are actually knapweeds, Knapweed. Now it is a form of, it's just smaller thistles, so it is still thistles, it's just a certain kind of thistle called a knapweed, but for the purposes of the book I want to do thistles. And they are thistles. They're just not the true big thistles that we know and love. Right, so I want to make this the pocket, so I want to trim it down. Just carefully move the water out the way because I'm getting somehow accident prone in my old age. So this has been printed out using my Fujifilm Instax Mini Link 3 printer. It's been really handy. I'll need to buy another packet of film because I've only got one left. So we'll put that somewhere on the page, obviously. And I just want to take off some of the plainer bits here, just to make this more pocket-sized for the page. So let's just take off this plain bit and then we'll measure it and see how much of the little, I think they're butterfly illustrations. It's a lovely book. I've put it away, or I would show you. Could I easily get it out, do you think? 2 seconds. Sorry about that, but somebody would probably ask. Let me just, it's a huge book, let me just stand up and show you. So this is the page that I tore off the thistles from. I'll just give you a wee quick, it's just got absolutely beautiful illustrations. Aren't they just gorgeous? Look at that with the butterfly. Oh, there's some thistles there. I think we've probably got enough for our page. So there we go. Yep, it's called Jewels Beyond the Plough. And I got it second hand. It was a wee bit dear, £5, and it's a really heavy book, and it's just got even these ones at the back on the cover. Anyway, that's the book I got this from. Let's just take about that much off that. She said scientifically. Let's take that much off. It doesn't need to fit exactly because it's just a nice loose pocket that we will just... I'm just looking to see. Yeah, we can stitch round that. That's the beauty of being able to take out the pages. So we can stitch round that. Now this I thought would maybe go there. And I've got my little bit of information for inside. So field notes, that's from this Elizabeth Craft Designs CSD 394 field note stamp and die set. You get a little die of the little chap there, and yeah, and I think we'll add some more stamping. So I've got the thistle as the national emblem of Scotland, said to have saved the Scots from a surprise Viking attack when one of the invaders stepped on a prickly plant and cried out. So there we have it. There are thistles all over the place on statues and, you know, plaques and things on buildings. And I'm thinking we will add more to that once we come to finishing that off. Yeah, so I think the first thing we'll do, actually I think we'll move on from there and do our little bit of sketching. Yeah, let's try that. I've got my clean colour Zig Kuretake real brush pens, a couple of purples, a couple of greens and some greys, and my little bit of water, my brush, my plastic palette and a pencil just to try and sketch maybe one kind of bigger thistle and maybe I don't know, maybe a couple of smaller ones. So I looked up and really it's just like a face here and that, and then just a thing, and I'm actually just going to kind of do the leaves because they're usually kind of what do you call it, like scalloped, like bit pointy scalloped maybe, and maybe another one over here slightly smaller with that. I think they'll look better with the paint on them, and then maybe a tiny one over here. Yeah, right. Let's do the purple here. I'm calling it here. Just want to move that over a little bit. Right, so they've done it kind of solid. So we'll do it solid, and then we'll add, I want it to look that kind of, that way that they've done it, like kind of not abstract, but I don't know what I'm trying to say. Right, we'll let that dry. Oh no, no, it's the hair that's purple. Okay. We can go over that because that's dark anyway. Right, okay. It's the hair that's purple. Oh my goodness. Right, so you can let me know in the comments how many people yelled at me there, because really, I deserve a yelling, don't I? I deserve it. It's really not good enough not to pay attention to what you're doing. When that camera gets switched on, right, so it's the grey I want for this. So I've got 2 shades of grey. Here's the paler grey. Luckily that the grey, oh that's not really dark enough. I need to use the darker grey. Oh dear. I think we'll need to go darker again. I thought I had, where are my pets? Here they are, here. Right, here is the darker grey. Oh yeah. That's better. I thought this would be easy, and I looked up how to draw a thistle. I looked it up and everything, and there we go. And we'll just add that kind of to the edge there, like they've done. Okay, so now we need the darker. Let's just wipe all the grey off. They've got more of a pinky purple. Have I got a pinky purple? Not really. It will need to be that purple there. And we're just kind of bringing out some maybe if we do it up the way. What do you think? Do you think they look like thistles? Oh, have I let my thistles down? Oh my goodness, the Vikings wouldn't be scared of these ones. Okay. Well, do you know, that's not too bad. Right, let's do a bit of grass. So I've got pale green. I think maybe it needs the dark green. Just give it a wiggle. Always good to give things a wiggle. And then we'll use the black pen, and hopefully that will maybe add a little bit of definition. Right, I'm going to move all them out of the way. Okay, I've got my black pen, but I think I need to wait until that's maybe a little bit drier. In the meantime, we can get on with our pocket. And we've got a heading, of course. Where did we put the ruler? There's the ruler there. So, not a heading, a title for the page. So, sticking with the Viking theme of standing, I've got ouch, ouch but pretty. And we'll maybe put that how we do. And this yeah. Okay, so let's stamp more on this while we're waiting for that to dry. I've got my VersaFine, and so something long for here. What does that say? Can't quite make it out. Random records of a lifetime. Right, that'll do. Try and get it straight. Let's not drop the ink pad again, like the other day. Oh dear. yeah. So there's that. I'm just going to leave that there because I don't want to get it all inky. Something for down here. About this one. Confidential, documented, personal use only. That's us told. I would have liked a little round thing. Here is the other set with the round bit. This one. Finished with that, and take out Stampers Anonymous Eccentric CMS 448, and there's the little circle there. And I think we might do that in the red, if I can find the red. Okay, lipstick red. And I just want to do it kind of off the page. There we are. Right, so I'll put that over there. I think that's that. How's our drawings doing? Oh, I think they're quite dry. Okay, so the one I watched said just to do a kind of crisscross. Oh yeah, that works. Right, and then maybe just round. What do you think? I'm actually quite pleased with these. Let me stand up and show you. Now I'm thinking, no, it needs to be up here, doesn't it? Because that's kind of blank. I think it does need to be up there. Right, so things need to be stitched. That's going on there. I want to stitch round this, and I want to stitch the pocket on, and then we'll put the photograph on. So let's just go round the edge of the pocket just to keep it in place. When I'm going round the sewing machine, and we'll just go round this whole sheet. So let's just carefully take it out. So it's got the cloud spotting on the other side, but that's okay. We can go around that with the sewing machine and that will create our pocket. And we will go around this with the sewing machine and that will go in there. Now, before I go to the sewing machine, I want to add on, this is Harris Tweed offcuts, and I thought it matched perfectly with the purple. Let's see, where's the purple of the thistle? Maybe that bit. Oh, that's a beautiful piece, isn't it? Just a wee tab for the side. Oh, that piece as well. Still drawn to that. I could use a piece of the plain purple, and I know it matches perfectly, but there's something about wanting to keep that bigger piece and not wanting to take a little bit off it, because I think at some point in the future that actually might make a cute wee journal cover, and I'm just not wanting to cut it down. So I'm prepared to have a second choice for this. So what will we do? We could put the we could cut a little tab and just put it to the side. Bear in mind that's going to be there, or I don't think there's enough room for one there. I think we'll cut a little bit. Oh, it pains me to cut into that. I've been hoarding it for so long. That's nice. And maybe we'll put a little button. We'll find a little purple button. Or do you know what I've got? Oh, if I can find in my charms, I think I used to have, I don't know if I used it up with something, I used to have a purple thistle charm that could dangle from there. I must have a look and see if I can find it. Anyway, just now I'm going to go to the sewing machine and sew all this up. Okay, I'm back and this has been stitched round. Yeah, happy with that. So we'll put it back where it was in the book with its matching page. Right, so what we have to do now is add our title and our little photograph and our field notes. I took it to the sewing machine, but to be honest, I didn't want, it's got these four corners off, and I thought, oh, I'm just going to not be able to do that very well. And I don't mind things looking a bit messy and not straight, because this isn't really straight, but I don't know, there was just something about it that just, I thought just looked better if it's not been sewn. Okay, so we need the double-sided tape for this. Don't put in mouth Okay then. And I need my pokey tool. Just to get the cover off that. I just don't want to put glue all over the back, with it being that photography stuff. I didn't know whether glue would react eventually to the photograph, so I'll put it at a jaunty angle a wee bit. There we are. And that's this. I wonder if we should just add. Let's glue it on first before we get too ambitious. Ouch. Ouch. Put it slightly to the side so that we can have that at a wee angle. Right, nearly there. Just frame that a little bit. I think that's it. Now, is there anything we want stamped down here? It still looks maybe a little bit plain. We could put the date. Now, what's today's date? Let's look up. Tuesday the 9th of September. September. 9. Right. If we put a date on it, we'll put the date up and down here. That's a wee bit better. Maybe we'll stamp something else. Let's see. What about just the little from my notebook? This is where we start to go off piste a bit, and this wasn't planned, but that's the beauty, isn't it? We can just add little bits and just put it above that. There. From my notebook, 9th September 2025. Okay, I think that's it done. I love the little bit of genuine Harris tweed from the Isles of Harris, from the island of Paris. Yeah, there we are. We'll just lift it up for you to see. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, that's me today. If you've enjoyed the video, a thumbs up would be great, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.